Welcome back to my next playthrough series. Yes, we're back to Aeons and vanilla version, not the legacy version, with all the expansions tossed into the box. This time we're going to be going up against the Prince of Gluttons. With 70 health, Gravestone starts at 30. And of course, I'm not going to be going over the rules because this is, I think, the 4th or 5th or 6th playthrough I've done of Aeons End. So what we're going to do quickly is we're going to take a look at the Prince of Gluttons. We're going to look at the cards we can purchase. We're going to look at each of the two characters, breach mages I've chosen, and then we're going to get right into it. So first up, let's take a look at the Prince of Gluttons. Alright, there's a whole bunch of text here that I'm not going to read, but it does have part of the setup which I wanted to show you. It says, place the top card of each gem supply pile, there's 3 of them, starting with the most expensive face up in a pile next to this mat. This pile is the devoured pile. Alright, and then looking at the other side, of course we have the nice graphic of the lovely Prince of Gluttons. 70 health, unleash, 1 to 2 players, I'm playing a 2-player game. Devour 3 cards from the least expensive supply pile. All the additional rules, I'm not going to get into them all, it's a lot of text here. What it basically means is if a supply pile runs out of cards, you will need to do 2 damage to Gravehold for each card that you were not able to devour. And when all card piles, all 9 of them, the 3 gems, 2 relics, and 4 spells are empty, you lose. Prince of Glutton wins. So we have to do 70 damage to him before that can happen. So let's take a look at the cards now that are going to be in the 9 piles that we can purchase. Alright, so I just used the randomizer cards just so that I can show you them. Alright, the first one is the Fossilized Scarab, costing 3. You can gain 2 ether, or you can destroy a card in hand. It's our first gem. Second one is the Triplite Core, costing 4. Gained 3 ether that can only be used to gain cards. Sounds good? Possibly. And this one costing 5, this gem, Muted Alakazite. When you gain this, you silence a minion. That's one of the new cards from one of the Aeons and Buried Secrets expansion that I think is out now. You can get as well. It was part of the Kickstarter for the Aeons and War Eternal. And Scholar's Opus is also from that expansion. This is our first relic, costing 3. Gain 1 charge. If there are 7 or more cards in your discard pile, gain an additional charge. So that's pretty cool too. And then costing 7, Bottled Star, gain 3 charges. Also from Buried Secrets. So we're getting a lot of expansion stuff here. Then we have Conflagration, our first spell. It's a link spell. Spells that are linked, you can put 2 in 1 breach if they both have the link on them. Cast, deal 2 damage, gain an ether. Cool. Then we have Thermal Dart. It's also a link spell. Cast, deal 3 damage. If this is not the first Thermal Dart you have cast this turn, gain a charge. So that multiplies pretty good. Our next spell, costing 5, Dark Fire. Cast, discard up to 2 cards in hand, deal 3 damage for each card discarded this way. I like it. And last is Nova Forge, costing 6. While prepped once per turn during your main phase, you may gain 2 ether that can only be used to gain a spell. Cast, deal 4 damage. There you have it. Those are the cards to be purchased for this playthrough. Let's take a look at our first character, Mist. Alright, so we have Mist here. She's got 5 charges on the bottom. First player, 10 health. This is how her breaches are set up. The first one's open, and then the other 3 are set up accordingly. In her hand, she has her Garnet Shard, which is her specific starting card. Gain an ether or cast any prep spell. Cast any player's prep spell. So herself, she starts with 3 crystals and a spark. So that's going to be her starting hand, and cool. Like the art, the new art, and then in her starting deck, she has 3 crystals and 2 sparks. Her Divine Augury, when she spends all of her charges, any ally draws 4 cards. That's pretty powerful. Alright, now we're going to look at our second breach mage, Indira. Alright, so taking a look at Indira, as you can see, she only has 1 breach, and that's it. So that sounds pretty devastating, but is it? Because she starts with Twin Opals, 2 of these cards. Gain an ether, you may cast a spell in hand. So just whatever is in hand, she can just cast it. That's really cool. Starts with 3 crystals and a spark. Again, nice little character portrait there. And she has 4 charges on her special ability. Hers is the Pyromancer's Guile. Activate during your main phase. Cast any number of spells in hand. Those spells each deal 1 additional damage. You may destroy a card in your discard pile, and that's you may. So we have both characters have deck thinning abilities and able to kind of cast spells out of hand, which we'll see how that's going to work. So those are our 2 characters. I guess we are just going to get right into it then. So I'm going to zoom the camera out. We're going to shuffle the turn order deck, and we're going to get into our first round of Aeons End against Prince of Gluttons. Alright, so we're going to be shuffling up, of course, the turn order deck. I used the original Aeons End turn order deck because I like it better. The new one, I don't know, it just kind of annoys me. I really like there's different graphics for player 1, player 2, 3, and 4. So there's 2 player 1s, 2 Nemesis, 2 player 2s in a 2-player game, as you've probably seen many times before if you've watched my channel and my other Aeons End playthroughs. Alright, have I shuffled this enough? I do believe I have. Alright, let's find out who or what is going first. Oh wow, the Nemesis gets the jump on us to start the game. Alright, no cards in play, so we have to pull the first Nemesis card. Ooh, and it is Lobotomize. Any player suffers 3 damage. What? What? Or devour 3 spells from any spell supply pile. Wow, we have no way to heal in this game either. Okay, so we could just devour 3 spells from any supply pile. Oh crap. Wow, that's a nasty, nasty card. I think we are going to, I think we're going to devour 3 of the spells off of Conflagration. So we're going to put the 3. Those go now on the top of the pile, which is, I've made a little pile here. We can purchase those, as well as the ones in our other area. But, like I said, if all 9 piles go to 0 cards, we lose. So that was a pretty nasty beginning. Well, let's find out who's going next then. Player 1. Alright, we get Mist going. So let's zoom down in her area, get her playing her turn. Alright, so we're up with Mist, and I think, of course, she has no spells prepped. I think she's going to prep her Spark spell. Just get it prepped. And then she's going to play her Garnet Shard. She can either gain an Ether for this, or she can cast any player's prepped spell. I think she's going to go ahead and play it, and she's going to cast her prepped spell. So she can prep it and cast it right away by doing that. That's going to do, of course, 1 damage right away. Prince of Gluttons, he's going to drop from 70 health right down to 69 on his way to defeat. I don't know, I haven't played against Prince of Gluttons. This could be nasty. That leaves Mist with 3 Ether remaining. And with 3 Ether remaining, she's going to take off the top of the devoured pile. She's going to take the Conflagration spell, which is the Link spell, cast, deal 2 damage, and gain an Ether. I like this spell, so she's going to get that. She's going to put her cards back in any order. And very quickly, it's the end of her turn, she's going to drop her 5 new cards for her next hand, so she has 2 Sparks and 3 Crystals. Alright, that was very quickly Mist's turn. Back we go to turn order. Alright, turn order time once again, and who's up? Ooh, player 1, Mist, goes again. Alright, well, very quickly then, we're going to go right back to Mist, have her take another turn. Alright then, Mist gets another turn. Well, in her hand, as we know, we've got 2 Sparks, and we have 3 Ether. Think what I'm going to do for 3 Ether, we're going to open Breach 2, because that's what it costs to open it. So she's spending her 3 Ether. She has 2 Spark spells. She will then prep both Spark spells, 1 to each open Breach. Discards her cards in any order. Flips her deck over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for her next hand, which will be in the next episode. She's going to have 2 crystals, her Garnet Shard, Conflagration, and a Spark. And that is the end of her turn. Again, very quickly, back we go to turn order. Alright, turn order time again, and we have player 2. Indira gets a turn. Over we go to Indira's area to have her take a turn. And I'm probably pronouncing her name incorrectly. It's probably Indira. Indira? Yeah, I guess that's how you say it. So, of course, no prep spell. She has the twin opal. Gain an ether. You may cast a spell in hand. So she will play this, which is going to give her 1 ether, and you may cast a spell in hand. Well, she might as well cast her spark spell. So, yeah, I think it gets to start as soon as you cast it. She casts her spark spell, and 69 health down to 68 for the Prince of Card-Eating Gluttony. And she has 3 ether remaining. With the 3 ether remaining, off the top of the devoured pile, she will get the Conflagration link card costing 3. So very quickly, that's her turn. She'll put the twin opal that way. She's grabbing 5 new cards for her next hand, and in her 5 cards she has twin opal again because there's 2 of them. She has a spark and 3 ether. It's the end of her turn. Very quickly, back we go now to turn order. And I'm probably playing fairly quickly because I've played this so many times now. I kind of know how it works. At least I hope I'm not messing anything up. If I am, check the comments for corrections. Alright, next turn is the Nemesis. Well, yeah, it was no surprise. No cards for the Nemesis in play, but we do now have a Nemesis card, which is a Banesire. Persistent Unleash. Unleashing is bad for us because the Prince of Glutton keeps eating our cards. So we don't want Unleashing to happen. We want to try to take this guy down, I guess, as quickly as we can, but yeah, that's not going to be easy. So he's got 6 health. That's quite a bit because we don't have much firepower right now. That's going to be the end of our Nemesis turn, Prince of Gluttons, and of course up last should be Indira because, yep, player 2, that is the last card. So we're going to end off our episode today with Indira taking the last turn. Alright, Indira's going to take the last turn. She's got no prep spells. 3 to focus. She could focus that breach. Oh man, eventually she's going to have to, but I think what she's going to do right now, she's going to play her Twin Opal, which gives her an ether, and then she's going to cast the Spark spell, which is going to do 1 damage. We're going to do 1 damage to the Banesire, knocking it from 6 health down to 5. And then she's got 1, 2, 3, she's got 4 ether. With 4 ether, I wonder if she should get, oh, I don't know, 4 ether. I think she is going to actually go ahead and purchase a Thermal Dart. It's a link spell. You can put 2 of them into 1 breach, but she only has 1 breach, but it still does 3 damage, so she's going to go ahead and get that. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be playing these 2 correctly. I hope so. And then she's going to put her cards back in any order. She'll put them that way. Flip the deck over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for her next hand, which will be the next episode. Crystal, Twin Opal, Conflagration, and Spark. Ooh. Alright, that's going to be it. I'm going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up for the first episode for today. Alright, well that was our opening against the Prince of Gluttons, and I'm going to make an apology right here, right now, because I have 2 very, very busy weeks coming up. These episodes are not going to be coming up 1 episode a day, because I just do not have the time. So if you see an episode come up and then there's like 2 or 3 days in between the next one, it's because I am just too busy. And I guess I could just not sleep and film in the middle of the night, but that's not going to happen. So, how are we doing? Well, I don't know. This guy really chews down a lot of your cards. He takes the top 2, I believe it was, when we unleash. No, he devours 3 cards. Oh man, every time we unleash, and we got the Banesire sitting out there. That's not good. So we have missed. We have Indira. We have the Prince of Gluttons, and we've knocked him down a couple of health, but we have a long way to go. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. Really appreciate it. Aeons End. Everything thrown into the mix. And coming up this Sunday, which will be June the 9th, 2019. Of course, if you're watching this years later, that's not going to mean anything to you. On my Twitch channel, I will be doing the first Harry Potter game. I'm going to run through, I think, the 7 games on Twitch. Hopefully I'll have some people in chat helping out. I'm going to be playing two-handed. I'll be playing Harry, I think, Harry Potter, and I will let the chat decide which of the other 3 to play. We've already did Harry and Ron on my YouTube channel all the way through, so you might want to choose Hermione or Neville if you are going to participate. I would really appreciate it. That would be kind of cool. So I will be doing that, like I said, 7 p.m. Central Time on Twitch this coming Sunday. So hope to see you there. All right, this is yeah, I don't know. This one might be tough. I always say that they're all tough. Some of them are actually really brutal. Some of them are not so brutal. All of them are fun, I find. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.